While Toyota, Samsung, and other Western auto giants quietly work behind the scenes on next-generation scaled-down battery technologies, Huawei has just dropped a bombshell that's sending shockwaves through the entire electric vehicle industry. A solid-state battery that, on paper, that could deliver an eye-popping 1,968 miles, that's about 3,000 kilometers, of driving range on a single charge. Let that sink in for a moment. We're no longer talking about incremental improvements or chasing a few extra miles of range. This is potentially a once-in-a-generation leap. A leap so big that it could redraw the competitive landscape overnight. And this isn't just about which brand will win the next sales quarter. It's about survival. If other automakers can't close the gap in the next 2 to 3 years, they could find themselves completely outpaced and irrelevant in a market that's shifting faster than ever. We're talking about a battery tech that could double the energy density compared to Tesla's current 4,680 cells, bring ultra-fast 4-minute charging, and perhaps most importantly finally tackle the biggest issue that's haunted solid-state batteries for years: rapid degradation during everyday use. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Tesla isn't ignoring this threat. Reports suggest Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory is scaling up production aggressively, aiming to build over 1.3 million EVs per year. And let's not forget Huawei is only one player in China, a country that files more than 7,600 battery patents annually, so it's no longer about the best lab numbers or glossy press releases. The real race is about who can move from prototype to mass production and do it before anyone else. Whoever wins that race could shape the future of transportation for all of us over the next decade. Wait a second. Huawei, the smartphone brand. Yes, and that's what makes this so surprising. Huawei has never been a major player in EV batteries, yet, seemingly out of nowhere, they announced a solid-state battery boasting 500 kg energy density that's roughly double what you'd find in a Tesla Model S long range. Even more remarkable, Huawei claims to have solved the battery's biggest flaw: interface breakdown between lithium metal and the solid electrolyte, which causes the battery to degrade quickly after only a few hundred charge cycles. Their solution: nitrogen-doped sulfide electrolytes. It sounds technical, but the short version is, if it works, it might finally bring solid-state batteries out of the lab and onto the road. It could mean EV batteries that don't just offer mind-blowing range but also last for thousands of cycles, making them practical for daily drivers, not just concept cars. Do we really need to drive from Los Angeles to Chicago on one charge? Probably not. But that's missing the point. A battery like this gives automakers flexibility. They could stick with big battery packs and offer customers 1,000 to 1,500 miles of real-world range, effectively ending range anxiety forever. Or they could shrink the pack, making EVs lighter, cheaper, and faster, boosting efficiency without sacrificing usability. Either path could spell big trouble for internal combustion engines. Suddenly EVs wouldn't just be better for an environment, they'd be objectively better vehicles in almost every way. But what about charging? Charging time remains one of the biggest objections people have about EV. Yet, automakers like XPeng, BYD, and Zeekr are already testing batteries that can recharge in just 5 minutes, enough to add around 300 miles of range. And it's not just happening in China. Ultra-fast charging networks are expanding in Europe, the US, and even Australia. Before long, charging an EV could feel no different than stopping for coffee. Plug in, stretch your legs, grab a drink, and you're ready to roll. Cost, of course, is the catch. These cutting-edge batteries currently cost as much as $1,200 per kilowatt-hour, about 20 times more than the LFP batteries you'll find in affordable EVs like the Tesla Model 3 standard range. So, expect to see them first in luxury sedans, high-end SUVs, and flagship models. But history shows us something important. New tech always starts expensive. Remember when flat-screen TVs first launched? Or early lithium batteries? Prices fell quickly as production scaled, and the same is likely here. So, who's really ahead right now? Huawei's announcement is huge, but there isn't a single car you can buy today that uses this battery. Meanwhile, US-based 24 meters Technologies has been making waves with a different approach. Their Eternalite electrolyte keeps performance stable even in extreme cold, when enables ultra-fast charging, and delivers an incredible 660 watt-hours per kilogram, all while keeping a liquid-based system that fits into existing battery factories on paper. 24 meters edges out Huawei in pure energy density, but Huawei's solid-state design could lead to safer batteries that don't need bulky cooling systems, freeing up weight and space. Real-world range could actually end up higher, despite the numbers looking lower on paper. What does this mean for Tesla, an affordable EV? Imagine Tesla's rumored $25,000 Model 2 fitted with a battery like Huawei's. It could achieve market-leading range, qualify for tax credits, and open huge markets where charging infrastructure is limited. Think Southeast Asia, Africa, or Latin America. Solid-state batteries also last longer and degrade less, meaning lower maintenance costs and better resale value. Even if the first wave appears only in high-end cars, the path is clear. Bring the price down, scale production, and transform the mass market beyond cars. A revolution in energy storage. Huawei's breakthrough could also shake up stationary energy storage. Think data centers, remote renewable grids, or off-grid homes in cold places like Alaska, Tibet, or Scandinavia. Solid-state batteries keep capacity even in sub-zero temperatures and don't catch fire. A massive improvement over today's lithium-ion packs. They could also discharge fully to 0 volts without damage, offering new design flexibility for off-grid and backup systems. From a manufacturing perspective, Huawei says its solid-state cells could share about 90% of production lines used for current lithium-ion batteries, meaning only 10% retooling costs for existing gigafactories. That makes scaling less risky and more appealing to big battery makers. Meanwhile, the chemistry based on solid electrolytes and advanced electrodes opens the door for even faster charging, better safety, and longer life once manufacturing and charging infrastructure catch up. In the bigger picture, Huawei's battery isn't just about numbers on a spec sheet. It points to a new era where tech giants, not traditional automakers, might set the pace. Companies like Toyota, Samsung, SDI, and even Tesla, rumored to be working on their own solid-state projects, now have to respond quickly. Suddenly, we're no longer debating which car is faster or who makes the best luxury SUV. It's about who can turn lab promises into millions of real cars first. So what do you think? Could Huawei really lead the EV battery revolution? Or will traditional car makers and proven names like Tesla, Toyota, and 24meters stay ahead? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we read every one. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of EV tech, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from Road Zone Reviews. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.